So we can see structured everything and structurally have this design that look like so the two designs so this is branding I could use any gold material any of them I can duplicate new material and build it so I can use this one so this can use this one this add a string the stars and all this design we are there we are going to use them those stars and all these things are already there in FF5 okay yeah 50 and alpha just scroll down and see that's selected and if you will brush tool to start it was black it will work right if you will white but if you see this one it doesn't work very nicely so instead of
Sir,
black
your voice is
we
not
could use
clear.
one you can use this also add this add a string
Hello?
like but if I want to repeat and change the direction so what I can do control and left mouse button so see I can repeat the start and audio is not clear is it clear now can you hear me now properly hello maybe it can be can you hear me now like, is it clear now can you hear me am I audible to you now can you hear me can you hear me hello can you hear me now hello am I audible to you can you hear me hello can you hear me now hello can you hear me now Can you hear me now? Hello, hello, hello. Very faint voice.
Sir, can you hear me?
Yes, yes, now I can hear you. Yes. There's a little lag, but I can hear you.
Yeah, it's okay now.
Okay. I guess like maybe there's some issue with network or maybe I don't know. So like to add detail, what I did is I took alpha from here and just add a paint and just I can click, 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 draw those things very easily. If I want, I can create those things. So it's not required. This is how you can use any alpha and generate all this design. So this is like for this entire texturing, we use a lot of presets and all these things. So you can see like texturing is not very difficult. It's very easy and simple. But what if you want to create this thing manually from scratch? So just Control G, group it. Okay, suppose I want to create this gold material and all these things manually. So how do we do it? Just group it and hide this thing. So it's like empty. So like this now I'll show you like entire basic like everything from scratch. Suppose I want to create this thing gold. First layer, this is my base, and I'll set the color. So first thing color. So first base layer, there is no height, switch it off. There's no normal, switch it off. There's no AO, switch it off. Metal, gold is a metal, make it 100% metal. So instantly you can see it looks like a golden thing, and color is should be slightly more towards red. Yeah, and be slightly lighter. Yeah, now it's much better. And roughness I can reduce or increase based on my requirement. If it's a base, usually keep it as raw metal, raw gold. So it's pretty shiny, glossy, full metal. And then this is like just base. Now gold is like if I keep it like this, it's a raw gold, nothing. But whenever you see gold, you have some amount of like artifacts or some little dirt or scratches and all those things we have to add manually. So top of this, I'll create one more layer, and in this layer, suppose there is no color, no metal. Height I can add slightly, and roughness I can add. So roughness, what I'll do, I'll add suppose some slight variation throughout the surface. Throughout the surface, you can see I just added this black and white spots. And height also I can use the exact same thing. So if I want to use two same material, like same thing, so instead of doing it in separately, I can just keep it like this, control this thing like this, make it shiny or less shiny. Right click, add a mask, and this mask I'll add a fill, and in this fill I'll add that pattern. So it will affect my height, will affect the height and the dirt of roughness, both the things. You can see instantly the surface is become little uneven. And if I want, I can add little color also. So color is little dark, slightly tarnish. And to check your diffuse, press C only and check your diffuse map. Your base color, you can see it's not a solid color anymore. Previously it was full solid color. Now we have all this tonal variation here. Like this we can generate all kind of basic detail manually also. So now I have added this, but this is just a basic surface unevenness. It's not 100% smooth. So top of it, suppose I want to add some scratches or something, I can add one more layer. No color, height I'll add, roughness I'll add, hue and normal is not required. So height I'll minus slightly, roughness and make it a little shiny because it's a metal. If metal there is a scratch, it will be more shiny, and metal will be 100% metal. So you can see it becomes super dark because dark, more metallic or more shinier, the darker the color. So it will reduce. Now this is just overall base, but I can add a mask here. So in Substance, basic funda is you have to use mask for everything. So black mask, and right click for this mask. I can add a generator here, like to corner edgeware or something, or I can go to smart mask. I guess I believe this one. Yeah, smart mask. These are all presets. So like some edgeware or randomness or some scratches or something subtle scratches. You can see this is already there. These are presets. Just drag and drop on the mask. So it will generate those detail instantly. And if I feel it's too height is too much, I can definitely reduce it, make it very subtle. So overall, the entire texture, if you see color, everywhere, everything is kind of similar, little bit of color variation. But logically, if there is a prop in our actual world and it's an old antique, so it will have a lot of dirt, especially all the hidden areas, corners and crevices, all those areas, it will have dirt. So to generate that, I'll create one more layer. Height, I'll pick the same color with dropper, click it without releasing, drag it on this and make it slightly darker, then switch it on. So height not required, metal and roughness required. So now this color is I'm going to use for dirt. That means roughness going to be super matte, not shiny. Metal going to be very less metallic or non-metallic because dirt is non-metal, right? Well, like that base surface is metal, but top of it, when dirt accumulates, the dirt is not metal, it's non-metallic. So we can keep it full black or maybe little towards slightly grayish. Now you can see overall everything looks like this. Right click, add again a black mask, no effect. And if I want to add those dirt, so right click, is this time I'll add a generator. and generator, there is a dirt.
Sir, how to copy the mask?
How to copy the mask? Okay, so that's click on any mask, right click, there is something called copy mask, and then paste mask. So you can
Okay.
copy any mask or paste any mask. So like you see, based on the dirt, based on the position of this like shape of the model, all those corners and everything become super dirty. So dirt intensity is very high right now. So I have to reduce it. You can see, if you press C again, you can see it make all the corners and all those areas nicely dark with dirty this thing. And like if I want, I can make this color slightly darker also, just to get nice contrast. And you can see I have nice scratches and all these things. uh, a scratch is supposed to be shiny, right? Yeah, see, slightly shiny.
Sir, like yesterday, what you did with the rings,
Hmm.
uh, like uh, like the middle rings,
Hmm.
how did you add the detail over there?
Detail those design, right? Which detail you're talking about? Just give me a second, I'll just hide it.
The middle, the rings in the dial, near the dial,
These stars.
on the edges. No, not the
Oh,
stars, sir. The
edges,
rings,
edges.
like
Okay, edges.
yeah.
So what I did is there is something called, yeah, that's what I'll show you. So now this base is like I just created this gold material. So let's see, I'll just name it gold. So I just name it gold. So gold is not everywhere, only few places. So let's hide it. And like let's, I want to apply a wooden texture on this, and only the edge I want that gold, right? That's how you can see here. All the corners edges are slightly golden color. So what I did here is, let me add a wooden texture first, then I'll show you. Okay, let's add this base texture here. And it's like really super bright and not very nice color. This color I'll change, make it little dark and little less saturated. So this old wooden varnish thing, so you can get this thing. So now I have this wooden structure. So now all the corners and edges I want to make it gold. So if I keep this, it will look like this. But how do I do it? Did it? Select this, right click, add a black mask, right click, add a generator, and generator, there is one more generator is there, metal edge wear. Click on this, it will read all the edges. You can see all
So,
the
sir, it
edges.
uses the cavity map, no?
Cavity map, it, yes, it uses the cavity map, and based on that it generates everything. So that's why we bake all the maps first and then start texturing, because now because it's an algorithm, so it reads everything, so you know where is the edges based on the cavity map, your cavity map, and generate those detail there.
So, what's the use of thickness map?
Thickness map comes into play when you are working on characters or translucent objects. That in that time, because suppose it's a glass, so thicker the part, less transparent, thinner the part, more transparent. Or like skin, ears are really translucent, but your rest of the body is not that translucent. So the thickness, based on the thickness map, it will generate subsurface scattering. Those, if you see any render, ears are really reddish in color because of this, because of translucency. So you use thickness map to generate those translucency.
Sir, and one more thing, like,
Mhm.
can you show how to make a opacity map?
Yes, of
Like
course.
like if I want a glass object or something.
Of course. So for that, so for that you have to change the material. By default, if you click on this, you see it's PBR roughness material. So I have updated my system. Just give me a second. By default, where is PBR? This one. So this is like by default, this is my material. But if I want to make anything translucent or transparent, like wherever I want translucency, I need to change the material shader basically, because this shader doesn't have transparency. If suppose I don't change this, just give me a second.
Sir, it had the opacity map, no?
One second. I'll show you. I'll show you. One second. Sorry, what happened here? What happened here? Why it's stuck? Oh, it's saving. Sorry, it's saving. Auto saving is on, so it's saving. I should have deleted older layers because now file becomes super heavy. Yeah, save. Thank God. Okay, so like if you want to if you go to texture settings and click on this plus to add a translucency channel. Let's add a translucency channel and plus and alt click on translucency. Rest everything will switch off. Only this is valid. And if I make it 100% black, black means invisible, white means visible. I made it 100% black, still everything is visible. Nothing works. Reason, this shader doesn't support transparency. So you need to change the shader. So let's keep it somewhere 50% and change the shader to, you can see there's two shaders. PVR metal roughness with alpha blending, like it's a soft blended alpha. One is cutout, like alpha test. This is basically cutout whenever you have very precise, crisp shapes. We use this. Like suppose I want to cut out something. For that we use this. If you want a very soft, smooth blending thing, we use this thing. So this supports gradation, grayscale. This doesn't support gradient. It supports only solid black, solid white. So most of the cases we'll be using this only. Just click on this. Changed. Now. Okay. Oh, this translucency won't work with this because this translucency is for again for organic. So we need to create an opacity map for this. Click on this. Click alt, click on the opacity. Everything is deactivated, only this thing is active. Now you can see entirely transparent. So suppose I want to make something transparent or some alpha out something. Create this, right click, black mask, and I want this thing to be glass. Let's like just for instance, let's see. Suppose this is glass or solid glass or shiny glass or something. So let's add roughness also to this and make it really shiny, less rough. Select this, right click, add a paint, and I'll select UV and make it this section transparent. So just like looks like a glass thing. You see, super glossy, and this base and all those normals are visible.
And, if we want to add dirt and all, we can use generator, no?
Yes, of course. Like rest everything is same. Only thing you just have to add that opacity channel and plus you have to change the shader. That's it. Rest everything is same.
Okay.
And now you can see now I have applied this glass material, but base, texture and normal are still visible. So what I have to do, I have to add a color to this, like whatever color I want, gray, dark color, any color I want. But here I can see still those normal information and those height information is visible. So what I'll do, height, and like select this and go to height, make it normal. By default it's linear dodge. Change it to normal, so it will deactivate any below like, layer beneath it. it will deactivate everything. Only this layer will be visible for height map. So now it's a solid this thing. Yes, those dirt and everything is still very visible. That is fine. And this thing, if I want to like transparency, let's make it a little more shiny and opacity. I can make it like slightly more transparent, and still you can see this glass doesn't look like glass, right? So we can add slightly metal to it to get that nice glassy dark feel. But this is not supposed to not meant for being glass. That's why it's so thin. If you have glass, you need to make both the side. You need to make the thickness also. So like this, we can create anything glass, anything you can convert into glass now. Let's suppose I want to use some extra parts. Let's see.
Sir, so glass objects need to have two sides.
Yeah, not necessarily, depends. Like if suppose it's just suppose it's a glass or something, so and it's translucent, then you need to have both the sides because the thickness should be visible. If it's a solid object, like suppose some statue or some sculpture, the solid object, in that case you don't need two sides. So in that case, we can work on the shader. Like not here, like wherever your file output, maybe we can add a volumetric shader. Basically, you need to add the thickness, like what do you call it? Uh, Refraction. So refraction we have to add into that if it's a solid object. If it's in a thin walled some glass, so there also we can use refraction, but we need to create both the sides. So like this, we can see generate all these things very easily and create all these details. So we can create all this texture manually also. And if you want, you can use all these textures like from like wooden texture I have used for Megascan, and then all those dirt I have used those gold material and add those directly like materials, right? So if I want, I can create those material directly also manually, one layer at a time. Base color, then your details, then your noise, then your scratches, imperfections, dirt. Slowly one by one you have to create all the layers. And if you dragged up any of the material, you can see all the folders. Like suppose I wouldn't this like this wood thing. Let's see. If you open it, you can see everything, all the layers starts from a base. Then you have wooden fiber detail. Then your fiber detail medium, small, two variation and color also changing. Then there is a dirt, and there's a little sharpness added to this thing. Okay, suppose I want to make it a little sharp. So there's a filter. And then a filter, and you can see it's affecting color, height, roughness, metal, everything. So we can use this thing sharpness filter. Suppose this is my this thing. I want to make something sharp. So I'll add a fill layer, this thing, filter, sharpness, make it super sharp. I guess. Oh, it's a paint layer. Sorry, my bad. Paint layer is this one. Empty paint layer, filter, sharpness. Why it's not affecting anything? That's very strange.
It's linear dodge mode.
No, that is to like base. Oh, yeah. Pass through. I have to make it pass through. Then it will work on all the layers, all the channels. If I don't make it pass through, it won't work. You can see I can make it really sharp. So all those options, filters you have in Photoshop, Substance also have all these options. If I want to clone something, paint something, if I want to paint, suppose I want to paint directly instead of using generator, I want to paint. I will use a paint layer, then I'll pick my color. So paint layer, whatever I pick here and whatever my setting right now, based on that, it will generate those detail. Make it normal if I don't want normal map. And see, I can paint it and you can see all the information. You can see the slight volume difference based on your see the normal information, height information, see based on the paint. But if if this is an empty layer and I want to change again, so I have to change it minus, let's see. So manually also I can paint. This is going inside, this is coming outside. So I can create those information directly and we can paint this also. And if I want to clone stamp, I can do that as well. Here you can see clone stamp option, clone. So for clone, I have to define area, I guess. V, yeah, V is the option. Press V. This is your source and clone it. Or V, paint it. So it's like it's right now it's in normal mode. I have to make it pass through V. So it will read all the layers. Let's see some other area. Yes, we have. So all the texture it will paint. Here I can, oh sorry, all these layers I have to activate. Color, oh, sorry, this thing. So all this thing will paint and generate. But this base normal, it won't clone. Whatever you have generated, it will clone rest of the things. So this base normal is like I have baked from high poly, so that's why it's not cloning that. Rest everything it will clone. Like suppose I have a seam here, so I can just simply click here, paint it, stamp it, clone stamp. So all those things, like, so that means there is no option for seam. So seam is something, it's 100% you have to avoid it. There is no other way. You can paint it directly on in 3D space, fix everything, and how like whatever is possible basically. Because based on the resolution, also these 6 matters 2K. No matter what you do, the seam won't go, but it's not that prominently visible anyways. The base here, I can clear it, this all this thing very easily and fix everything. So I can create whatever I want, whatever kind of material texture I can want to create. I can generate that. So delete, delete, delete. So this is, and this one also delete. This is my actual texture. So this is like one way of creating this thing. So there's a few more things also there. Like there are a lot of Substance is a pretty big software where we have like related to texture only. Substance is only and only for texturing. So there are a lot more stuffs are there. Like suppose I have created this model and then I in my model I found this a small error here. You can see zoom in, small error. So my model is slightly intersecting here. So what I can do is I can go back to my software. Let's do it now only. See. Okay, let me open very quickly. I open Maya so I can move it quickly, really fast. So if I want a while texturing, also I can update my model. I can update my UVs. But if whenever you're updating anything, you have to rebake. You have to rebake again. Otherwise, it won't fix the. It will create unwanted or unnatural shadows or shadings. So let's see. Just to show, I'm just using, that's why I'm using Maya, so I can do it really quickly and show you.
So the textures will be gone also.
Maybe, may not be, but if it, even if it's gone, I can get it back again. That's what I'm showing. This is my phone, right? So this was a small error. Yeah, see, slightly issue here. So let's see, I click this. Slightly move it. Just slightly moved it and fixed it. Similarly, this side is almost correct, but not 100% correct. So I just had it. So here I can see here also similar kind of problem. Yeah. So now I modified this thing. So what I'll do, I'll just select the model again, re-export the model. I can re-export or like override the existing file, or if I want, I can just simply like create a new file. Telephone. So I'm just in right now, I'm just overwriting it. So it was OBJ, I believe. Okay, let's use FBX, doesn't matter. Override this.
So the location of the high poly will also not match now. This one.
Yes, but high poly will read anyways. It will based on the slightly difference, right? That much it will read. So in this case, now I'll name this entire. I have to, what I'll do, like, so there is a big chance that this texture I might lose, because if I update the model, I lose the entire texturing. So in that case, what I'll do is I'll name it. Oh, just name it phone only. I named it this folder. So make sure it's a folder. It's not layers. Right click. There's something called create smart material. So it will convert this entire whole texture into a smart material. Whatever is the name of the folder, it will create that material here. Now, let's see. Okay, it's still working on it. So if I delete this file also, doesn't matter. Let's see, new. But if I do new, I'll lose all the maps and all. So I don't want that. So if I want to only update this mesh, I'll go to edit, project configuration. You can see there is an option to select a new file. Select here, go to folder, and let's see, this one. I just overwrite this one. Open it and make sure do not modify all these things unnecessarily, and it will update the model. See, texture is gone. The texture is gone. So to get back all the texture, I have to drag, drop this thing again. And it will load, but I haven't baked this. It's gone. That means all map, everything is gone. So you can see the color blocking and everything came back, but it doesn't look accurate. Reason, I haven't baked anything here, and whatever manual touch up I have given, I can see those things here. So I can go to my textures. Where is my mm, where is textures? Project only. See, project, all the baked maps are still there. So I can scroll down, normal, drag it to normal, then world space normal, world space normal. Then we have ID map, We have ID map. ID map is color map. Then we have ambient, see, generating again ambient occlusion, ambient occlusion, position map, position map, curvature map, curvature map, and last is thickness map. The only problem with this technique is like if you have painted anything manually or modified anything manually, it will that thing will reset. That is the only drawback. But the only good thing is like you can manually tweak things, and you can just most of the things you can see, most of the detailing, it's still processing. So most of the things are back. There are few areas wherever I have painted manually or corrected things manually, only those things are slightly messed up. So that way, at least like instead of losing the entire texture, I can just simply correct those sections once again. That will save a lot of time for me, because in industry there will be a lot of cases and a lot of times it will happen like you have to go back and forth to the same file and modify things, because see, nothing changes, everything worked out perfectly. See, everything worked out perfectly. But there will be cases like slightly changes will happen, so that is something you can manually fix. You can see everything came back. So I have updated the model. See that pinch, that thing is gone. Updated the model.
So in the last class, you were telling about the direction of the textures, like what textures were in different
Yes.
How did you fix it?
Just rotate. I just rotated the texture. Okay. So let's see. I create a layer. Let's hide this one. Right. This is my base. Everything is baked. So now I have couple of textures here. Like from last class, I used all these textures. I just simply albedo, AO, sorry, no displacement, normal, and roughness. Drag drop in your shelf. Select all of them. Textures, current session. Because you can rotate rotate the layers also. That option function is also there. So height is not there, metal is not there. So what I'll do, color to color map, AO2, see here there is no AO, there is no ambient occlusion here. So I have to switch, activate ambient occlusion from channels. Click ambient occlusion. Now go back, you can see I'm activate this one. Ambient occlusion to ambient occlusion, normal to normal, roughness to roughness. So my basic texture is here. So now everywhere I can see the direction is different, and normal, if you importing it from Quixel Bridge, by default normal is OpenGL. So that is something like I only came to know recently. OpenGL, change it to OpenGL, so it become correct. Now if everywhere you can see a direction is wrong, so what I have to, you don't have to do, you can see there is a rotation tab. Just rotate. Like this, you can rotate. So here you can see this one is continuing like this. So for this, I have to duplicate this and mask it out and rotate again. Not clear.
Yes, sir, clear.
So like this, you can modify things very easily. For especially these kind of structure where I can see seam and the direction is UV is not straight, but it's a curved, a circular shape and tapered. So it's slightly curved in UV. So it will create this kind of thing. So for this kind of structure, we can change the projection to triplanar. So if you apply triplanar throughout your model, you can see the direction is based on the model shape. So now let's see, make it 0. See, this side we have the body like direction like this. This is also this. Here also correct. So every direction, every side direction is correct. But only problem with this, wherever you have the blending area, the corners, you can see crisscross. That is the only issue with triplanar. So for this also, I can just simply duplicate, get rid of triplanar and rotate the texture manually. Like suppose I'll just duplicate this, and from this one I have to remove this one. So add a white mask and UV. Black is selected. Select this, get rid of this thing, hide this one. This thing gone. Now I will activate this one, right click, black mask, and this time white I'll select. Selected and select texture. I'll remove to UV projection and rotate the texture the way it's supposed to be. You can see corrected. So you have to mix everything for each and every part. Wherever you need to change things or you modify the direction, you have to duplicate the layer, and for that part specific, that region, you have to rotate or modify that area, and it's all in one layer. You just have to duplicate and rotate it. So it's like it becomes super easy and simple. So texturing becomes super duper easy in Substance, and it's like it gives you amazing quality output within no time, because reason and super fast reason, you're working on your normal map, your roughness map, your diffuse map, or basically all your maps together. And if you do it in Photoshop, you have to create each and every individual map separately, one by one. So that it takes a long time, but if you do it like this, you can do it super fast, and quality is also very good, because like suppose I'm doing it Photoshop and I want to add some dirt here, I have to do it, I have to check the ambient occlusion, then I have to paint it here, blur it, manually blend it, multiply or do something. But I can see it directly here. I can just simply add, let's add some fancy like bright color and roughness, some, let's see, red. I want to add this, and to all these corners wherever the dirt is, add a generator and dirt. So it will generate everything automatically. Generate. Why it's not generating? Oh, generating. So you can see it will generate, and then I can control this thing based on my requirement. So I don't have to manually sit and paint and do all those things. Based on the ambient occlusion and curvature, it will generate automatically. And yes, then what I have to do is, like suppose it's generating somewhere here, or maybe this corner, so or maybe these area. So if I want to remove it, I have to manually remove. So that is the only thing I have to do. Rest everything will work perfectly without any problem.
So can we create a mask on this generator, dirt
Yes,
generator?
yes, of course. Like mask on generator. Like suppose you want to like restrict, like it's basically a mask. This generator is
Like
basically a mask.
uh, I
So this is,
want to suppose I want to erase some
yes,
parts of the
yes,
generator.
yes, of course you can do it. So what you do is, for that, top of it you can add one more generator, or if you want to add, you can add a paint also. So you see, you can add generator, paint, fill, and all these options are active. You can use anything. Suppose I want to add one more generator in case, and I'll go and add metal edge wear. Let's see, for instance, let's see. So it generates metal edge wear, but it, see, if I switch off dirt, it's not affecting this, because both of them are black and white map. In Photoshop, suppose in one layer I painted full white, and on top of that layer I filled full black. So base layer is not visible. The same thing happening, because both the blending mode is normal. So if I want to blend them together, I don't know, it's like this window is popping the left side. It have all those overlay, soft selection. It's coming to the another window. So that's why I'm not able to show you. Like you have your multiply, divide, your subtract, difference, overlay, screen, all those modes are there. Just if I screen it, both of them are combined. So if I don't want that, if I want to multiply, remove it, I'll multiply it. So you can see it removes things. So we can combine things easily one by one. Or if suppose I want to paint something, I can do that as well. Like let's select this, and I have, where is my brush? Select my brush. See, I can paint wherever, whatever I want to paint, and it's part of only this layer. Nothing to do with the
Eraser
base.
also works, no?
Eraser. Eraser also
The
works.
eraser.
Yes, of course, eraser works. Like, okay, like eraser definitely works on that layer. If you want to erase something, it definitely works. I can erase, or I can just simply switch it off. So eraser also work if I want to add some fill layer, and some, let's see, some random pattern I just add here. Let's see. Some random checker doesn't look very nice. Uh, some random pattern. Let's see. Some design. Let's see. So you just added this thing. This is a green kind of checkers only. File. I added this, and these two are different. So what I can do, let's see, multiply this. See the shadow, entire shadow, and these two combined. So I can like, there's no limitations. It's just like how you approach, and the better you understand the layering and stacking. So it's layering for this particular mask, like you do in Photoshop, like you have multiple layers. So each and every mask can have multiple layers. So we're stacking a lot of one layer, and end of it, we're generating a mask. So combination of all those parameters, all those generators, all those filters and everything is that mask. So finally, how you creating that mask, it's all about that. Like
So
makes it.
suppose like
Hmm.
I want to erase some part of this texture,
Okay.
this
That
pattern.
that is also possible. Let it see.
So
So you want to
so
like,
should we add
yes,
another paint layer above it?
yes, exactly. So one thing you need to understand, in Photoshop, you can do a lot of things, not many things in each layer, right? You can do almost everything in every layer. But in Substance, in one layer, you can do only one thing. That is the main difference. So in each and every individual layer for one effect, if you're adding this pattern, that own layer is only for that effect. It's not this pattern. You cannot do anything else on that layer. To modifying it, you have to add one more layer. Let's see, suppose I want to modify it, so I have to add one more paint top of it, and suppose I want to remove it from here. So X paint.
The eraser is selected. So
Oh, sorry. Oh, my bad. Huh? It is selected. So brush, I'll go to brush. Default soft brush. See? So for each and everything, you have to select a separate layer. So you have to create a paint layer or a generator or any other effect. So for everything, you have to create a separate layer. For color also, you have for each and every individual color, like the way I created a gold material today. So initially created the base color, then I added those noise, grain, then I added those scraps, everything in separate layer. So everything should be in separate layer. You cannot combine things. That is the only thing you cannot do. But you can add, because everything is separate, so you have more opportunity, and plus you can manipulate things better, and you can control each and every layer in a better way. That gives you like more control over it. Makes sense, right?
yes, sir.
Like this you can modify, and add these colors and all these things, I can always go back, and whenever I want, I can change it. That's the best part of Substance. I can change it whenever I want, and texture size also, whenever I want, I can change it. I can just simply have to go here, change it to 512. Let's see. It will recompile everything, and it will show you the best output possible with 512. This is your 512 texture. This is the best possible texture possibility. So let's delete this, and this is my texture, actual texture. So this is best possible texturing with 512. I can just change it to 1K. So I can create a texture, and then I can just simply, based on my requirement or final output, I can increase or decrease the size anytime. So 1K also looks decent, all colors and everything. Yes, detail you can see it's all pixelated because 1K have very low resolution. You can see only dots here. You really can't see anything else. So if I increase to 2K, again, the quality will enhance. See, it's way crispy and clean. 4K will be even better. So like this, we modify everything, and it's pretty simple. Like if you, it's just matter of practice. Once you start practicing, it becomes super easy. Just give me a second. Mark attendance. Sorry, I forgot my login. Okay, I'll
Sir,
just.
for this golden alphas thing on the
Hmm.
dial,
Hmm.
yeah, how did you add the golden color to?
This design,
Yes, sir.
we had a like color ID map now for this. Like bake, if you press C, we have an ID map for this. We baked an ID map. Like one while baking, I have selected that polygroup color, right? So based on the mesh, it generated
Okay,
those
okay.
things. It automatically
Based on,
generated. I don't have to create anything. So those selections are already there. I just have to select it. Click and pick that color.
sir, if we had a like same poly group for everything, so
Ha,
can we do it manually, like paint
man,
over it?
yes, manually, if you want to paint over, you can definitely do it, but manual painting is not recommended because if you paint it manually, it won't be clean, right? It won't be that clean. So it will be little messy and like a little irregular. So baking into an ID map and then selecting will be is way better and way it's the right way of doing it. So because whatever you're creating in high poly, if you're not like doing it properly in texture, then it will again reflect in your text like final output. So if you bake ID map, that quality and your shape and size, snapping, everything will work perfectly.
Okay, sir.
Okay, then I will see you, I guess tomorrow. Yes. Huh. So tomorrow, like we can, like kind of, we finished everything. So if you have any doubts at all, we can discuss those things. If you're regarding your file or texturing, modeling, or anything, or any other option in Substance, that is also fine. We'll discuss those things. And there are a couple of
Okay, sir.
things still there in Substance. I'll explain. Okay, then I'll see you guys. See you. Only you are there. So okay. Bye bye.
Okay, bye, sir.
Bye.